The moment you stop chasing what cannot hold you, something sacred begins to return to your body. Your breath becomes softer. Your shoulders slowly drop. Your heart, which has been leaning forward for so long, finally begins to rest back into its own home. You may not even notice how much energy you have been sending out, waiting for a message, waiting for a sign, waiting for someone to see you clearly, waiting for love to become certain. But your soul notices, your body notices, your sleep notices. And today, there is a gentle truth rising within you. You are not here to beg for love. You are not here to perform for attention. You are not here to shrink yourself until someone feels comfortable choosing you. You are here to remember that you were already valuable before anyone noticed, before anyone stayed, before anyone called, before anyone understood your heart. There is a quiet kind of power that enters you when you begin treating yourself as the prize. Not the prize in a proud or cold way. Not the prize because you think you are above anyone, but the prize because you finally understand that your love, your time, your attention, your care, and your presence are sacred things. They are not little things to throw at people who keep their hands closed. They are not gifts to keep offering where there is no deep respect. When you remember this, your energy changes. You do not have to announce it. You do not have to prove it. Something in your eyes becomes calmer. Something in your voice becomes softer, yet stronger. You stop trying to pull people closer with fear. You start standing in the warmth of your own worth, and the right energy begins to feel drawn to that warmth. Treating yourself as the prize does not mean you become hard. It means you become honest. It means you stop calling confusion love. It means you stop calling none crumbs a meal. It means you stop calling someone's half attention a blessing. You begin to ask yourself simple questions. Does this feel peaceful in my body? Does this bring softness to my heart? Does this help me become more of who I truly am, or does it make me fold myself into a smaller shape? These questions are not selfish. They are spiritual. They are the way your soul knocks gently on the door of your mind and says, "Please come back to me. Please do not leave me again just to be chosen. Please do not hand your light to someone who keeps asking you to dim it." Many who walk this path have spent years reaching for love, reaching for approval, reaching for a clear answer from someone who only gives fog, reaching for warmth from people who open the door just enough to keep hope alive, but not enough to let the heart feel safe. And after a while, reaching starts to feel normal. You may begin to think love means tension. You may think love means checking, waiting, guessing, and trying to understand what another person will not say. But love that is right for your soul does not make you live like a person standing outside in the cold, looking through a window. Love that is right for you opens the door. It makes room. It does not require you to turn yourself into a question that someone else refuses to answer. Your worth is like a quiet room with warm lamps. The light is not loud. It does not chase people down the street. It simply glows. The right people feel calm when they enter it. They do not try to break the windows. They do not complain that the room is too bright. They do not ask you to put out your own light so they can feel more in control. They sit with care. They speak with kindness. They notice the peace that lives there. This is how your energy works when you stop abandoning yourself. You become a place of warmth, not a place of need. You become steady. You become clear. And the people who are meant to meet you in truth can feel that clarity even before you speak many words. Your body always knows when you are chasing. The chest tightens. The stomach feels pulled. The mind keeps making stories. The hand reaches for the phone again and again. The breath becomes short, as if your whole being is waiting outside someone else's decision. This is not peace. This is not love moving freely. This is your body asking you to pause. Place your hand on your heart for a moment, if it feels right. Breathe in gently. Let the air move slowly through your chest, then let it go. Whisper within yourself, I am safe to return to me. I do not have to chase what is meant to meet me. Feel how simple that is. Feel how kind it is. This one breath may not change everything at once, but it can begin to change the direction of your energy. There is a part of you that may still believe you must earn tenderness. It may believe you must become more beautiful, more useful, more patient, more silent, more forgiving, more exciting, or more perfect before love will stay. But listen softly. You were never the beggar at the door of love. You were the one carrying the key to your own home, forgetting you could enter. The person who cannot choose you is not the judge of your worth. They are only showing you where your energy no longer belongs. This may feel sharp at first, but it is actually a mercy. Not everyone who leaves you uncertain is powerful. Sometimes they are only unclear. Sometimes they are only unavailable. Sometimes they are only standing in the way of you meeting yourself with the love you kept giving away. When you stop leaning forward, you may feel strange at first. Peace can feel unfamiliar when your heart is used to effort. You may wonder if you are doing something wrong because you are no longer trying so hard. You may feel the silence and think it means loss. But sometimes silence is not loss. Sometimes silence is your soul clearing the room. Sometimes it is the first sound of your own life returning. When you stop sending your energy towards someone who gives little back, you begin to feel the soft weight of yourself again. Your mornings may feel different. Your thoughts may slowly settle. Your body may feel less like a waiting place and more like a home. This is not emptiness. This is your spirit making space for what can truly honor you. Real magnetism does not begin with being noticed. It begins with self-return. It begins when you stop treating your attention like a loose thread anyone can pull. It begins when you decide that your peace is not open to every hand, every mood, every half-hearted message, every sudden return, every sweet word that has no steady action behind it. Your energy becomes magnetic when it is no longer scattered. Think of a soft piece of fabric spread across many rooms. A little part of it is here, a little part is there, a little part is caught under an old door, a little part is held by a memory. When you call it back, fold it gently and place it near your heart, you feel whole again. And wholeness has a quiet pull that chasing never had. There is a holy kind of no. A no that does not come from anger. A no that does not need to punish. A no that simply says, I can love you from a distance, but I will not lose myself to be close. This no may be whispered. It may be private. It may happen only inside your own heart at first, but it changes everything. It teaches your body that you are no longer willing to trade your peace for the hope of being wanted. It teaches your heart that love must include you too. You are not closing yourself to love. You are closing yourself to hunger. You are closing yourself to the kind of connection that makes you feel alone even while someone is near. And the moment you do this, your energy becomes cleaner, calmer, and more deeply your own. You do not need to convince anyone that you are worth loving. The sun does not stand in the sky explaining why it shines. Warm bread does not argue with the hungry. Music does not beg the ear to listen. It simply offers its sound, and the one who can hear it hears. This is not about becoming distant or cold. It is about no longer dragging your worth into rooms where people keep pretending they cannot see it. There is a soft dignity in letting others have their own sight. If they cannot recognize you, you do not need to bend lower. If they cannot meet you, you do not need to chase harder. You can bless them, release them, and come back to the center of your own life. That center is where your true beauty begins to breathe again. The soul becomes tired when it is always trying to prove that it is lovable. It becomes tired from explaining the same hurt, tired from making excuses for coldness, tired from carrying hope in places where care is not growing. You may have told yourself that if you love harder, they will soften. If you give more, they will finally see. If you wait longer, they will become ready. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop feeding the place that keeps starving you. Not because you hate anyone, not because you have stopped caring, but because your life is also asking for your care. Your own heart is also asking to be chosen. And there comes a moment when self-respect sounds like a quiet whisper inside you saying, I matter here too. Chasing does not only take your time, it takes your softness, it takes your focus, it takes the glow from your eyes and the rest from your sleep. It makes your nervous heart sit by the door, listening for footsteps that may not come. It makes you study every word, every pause, every change in tone, as if another person's mood is a map to your worth. This is a heavy way to live. It is like wearing shoes that are too small and calling the pain devotion. You may keep walking because you believe love requires it. But the ache is not proof of love. The ache is information. It is your body saying, "This does not fit." It is your soul saying, "There is a kinder path than this." If love feels like a test you are always failing, pause. True love may ask you to grow, but it does not ask you to disappear. True love may show you tender places, but it does not keep you in a state of panic. When you are always guessing, always waiting, always wondering whether you said too much or not enough, your body starts to believe connection is not safe. It begins to brace for disappointment. It begins to expect distance. It begins to treat love like a room where the floor may vanish at any moment. This is why chasing drains the soul. It teaches your body that love must be earned through effort, fear, and self-abandonment. But self-honor teaches something different. It teaches your body that love can be steady. Love can meet you. Love can feel like breath. Every time you reach for someone who keeps stepping back, you leave a little part of yourself behind. At first, it may not seem like much. One extra message, one more chance, one more excuse, one more night of trying to understand why someone who says they care can still make you feel so unsure. But these small moments gather. They become a weight in the chest. They become a habit of looking outward before looking inward. They become a pattern where another person's attention feels more real than your own peace. And slowly, without meaning to, you may begin to treat yourself like a waiting room, a place where other people can come and go while you sit quietly hoping to be called. But you are not a waiting room. You are a whole life. Sometimes the ache is not because you lost them. Sometimes the ache is your soul asking why you left yourself. Sit with that gently. Do not use it to shame yourself. Use it as a lamp. Let it show you the places where you gave more than you had. Let it show you the moments when you smiled while your heart was tired. Let it show you the times you said, "It is fine," when something inside you was whispering, "It is not fine for me." This kind of seeing is not punishment, it is healing. The soul does not bring pain to destroy you. It brings pain to wake you with tenderness. It says, "Come closer to yourself. Come back to your own breath. Come back to the person inside you who has been waiting for your love." Approval from someone else can feel warm for a moment, but if you do not approve of yourself, it becomes a thin blanket on a cold night. You keep needing more. Another sign, another reply, another compliment, another moment where they make you feel chosen. But because the warmth does not begin inside you, it fades quickly. Then fear returns. Then the reaching begins again. This is why treating yourself as the prize matters so deeply. It is not only about attraction, it is about peace. It is about no longer needing another person to keep proving that you exist. It is about waking up and saying, I am here. I am with myself. I will not abandon myself today for a small taste of being wanted. That one promise can begin to change your whole life. When you begin telling yourself the truth, your body may soften. Not all at once, not like a sudden storm passing, more like a tight knot in cloth slowly loosening under warm hands. You may still miss someone. You may still hope. You may still feel the old pull. But underneath it, a new strength begins to rise. You start to notice what feels peaceful and what feels painful. You start to notice who brings ease and who brings confusion. You start to notice when your body says yes and when it quietly says no. This is a sacred kind of listening. Soften your jaw now if you can. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the chair, the bed, or the ground beneath you. Whisper, I release the need to prove myself. I am safe to stand in my own worth. You do not have to perform for closeness. You do not have to become a brighter version of yourself just to keep someone looking. You do not have to become quieter, easier, smaller, or more useful just to make love stay. The love that belongs in your life will not need you to act like someone else. It will not punish your honesty. It will not make you feel guilty for having needs. It will not make your heart feel like a lamp being switched on and off by another person's hands. There is a love that can meet you without making you beg. There is a connection that can hear you without making you repeat your pain again and again. There is a peace that comes when you stop trying to earn what should be given with care. There is nothing wrong with wanting love. Wanting connection is human. Wanting warmth is natural. Wanting to be seen is tender and true. But there is a difference between wanting love and needing someone else to prove you are worthy of it. Wanting keeps your heart open. Needing from fear can make you hand away your power. Wanting says, I would love to share my life with someone who honors me. Fear says, I must make this person choose me or I am nothing. Feel the difference in your body. One has room to breathe. The other feels like a closed fist. When you treat yourself as the prize, you still allow love. You may even allow it more deeply. But you no longer make one person the keeper of your whole worth. There is a calm that draws the right people closer. It is not a trick. It is not a game. It is not pretending not to care. It is the calm of someone who knows their own heart is precious. This calm says, I can love you, but I will not chase you. I can care, but I will not abandon myself. I can be open, but I will not live in confusion. This calm has a beautiful energy. It is like a clean table after a long day, simple, quiet, ready for what truly belongs there. People can feel when you are no longer begging to be chosen. Some may not understand it. Some may test it. Some may fall away. But those who are aligned with your truth will feel safer near the real you than they ever did near the version of you who was trying too hard. Fear will tell you that if you stop chasing, everything will disappear. It will say, if you do not message, they will forget you. If you do not explain, they will misunderstand you. If you do not give more, they will leave. But fear is not always wise. Fear often speaks from old places. It speaks from moments when you felt unseen. It speaks from memories of being chosen only when you were useful. You can listen to fear with kindness without letting it lead your life. You can say, I hear you. I know you are trying to protect me, but we are not going to chase today. We are going to breathe. We are going to return to ourselves. We are going to trust that what is meant for us will not require us to leave our own soul behind. The first door that must open is not another person's heart. It is your own. So many people wait outside someone else's love, hoping that if the door opens, they will finally feel whole. But the deeper healing begins when you open the door to yourself. When you sit with your own feelings instead of running from them. When you speak kindly to the part of you that feels afraid. When you stop treating your needs like trouble. When you stop apologizing for wanting steady care. This inner opening changes your outer world. The universe responds to the way you receive yourself. When you keep rejecting your own worth, you may attract people who do the same. When you begin honoring your worth, life begins to bring you mirrors of that honor. You are allowed to be chosen gently. You are allowed to be loved without having to solve a puzzle first. You are allowed to receive care that does not make your stomach twist. You are allowed to be around people who mean what they say and show it through simple, steady action. You are allowed to stop calling uncertainty exciting. You are allowed to stop turning mixed signals into a spiritual lesson about patience. Sometimes patience is beautiful, but sometimes patience becomes a soft name for self-abandonment. Ask your heart honestly, am I being patient with love, or am I waiting in a place that keeps hurting me? There is no need to answer quickly. Let the question sit in your body like warm water. The truth will rise when you are ready to hear it. Your attention is one of your greatest powers. What you keep looking at begins to shape your inner world. What you keep checking begins to train your body. What you keep waiting for begins to become the center of your day. This is why you must become tender and wise with your attention. Do not give it everywhere. Do not lay it at the feet of every person who knows how to stir your longing, but not how to care for your heart. Your attention is like a warm coat in winter. You do not hand it to every cold wind that passes. You wear it close. You share it with care. You offer it where there is respect. When you do this, your energy gathers. Your heart becomes less scattered. Your spirit begins to feel safe again. Being the prize is not about being better than others. It is about living in agreement with the truth that life placed sacred value inside you. You did not have to earn your breath. You did not have to prove yourself before the morning light touched your face. You did not have to become perfect before the earth held your feet. Life has been saying yes to you in quiet ways from the beginning. Every breath is a small yes. Every heartbeat is a small yes. Every new morning is a small yes. When you treat yourself carelessly, you forget this yes. When you honor yourself, you align with it. You begin to live as if your presence matters because it does. You begin to speak as if your heart deserves care because it does. You begin to choose as if your peace is holy because it is. Self-worth is not arrogance. Arrogance says, I am above you. Self-worth says, I will not place myself beneath you. Arrogance needs to be seen as special. Self-worth is at peace with being real. Arrogance pushes others down. Self-worth lifts you back into balance. There is a great difference. Many gentle hearts fear becoming proud, so they stay too low. They let others take too much. They make their needs small. They call it kindness, but inside, resentment grows. True kindness does not require you to disappear. True love does not ask you to become a floor for others to walk on. You can be soft and still have standards. You can be loving and still say no. You can be spiritual and still refuse to make a home in places that keep wounding your peace. Your energy is like a song played in tune. You do not have to explain every note. The right people recognize the sound. They may not know why they feel safe around you. They may not know why your presence feels warm or steady, but something in them hears the truth of you. When you chase, the song becomes rushed. The notes become uneven. You start playing what you think others want to hear. You lose the simple music of your own being. But when you return to yourself, the song becomes clear again. You speak with more honesty. You move with more ease. You stop forcing harmony with people who keep bringing noise. And slowly, life begins to bring you those who can meet your rhythm without making you fight for the melody. The universe listens not only to what you say, but to how you treat yourself. You may say, I am worthy, but if you keep choosing people who make you feel unworthy, your energy becomes divided. You may say, I am open to love, but if you keep accepting crumbs, your heart receives the message that crumbs are enough. This is not to blame you. It is to bring you back into power. Every choice is a message. Every boundary is a message. Every time you rest instead of chasing, you send a message. Every time you speak kindly to yourself, you send a message. Every time you step back from confusion, you send a message. You are telling life, I am ready to be loved in a way that agrees with my worth. There is a sacred value within you that does not rise and fall with another person's attention. It does not become bigger when someone praises you. It does not become smaller when someone leaves. It does not disappear when you are misunderstood. It does not break when someone fails to see it. Your worth is not a cup in another person's hand. It is not something they can fill or spill. It is part of your being. It lives beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the old stories that told you love must be chased. When you begin to feel this, even a little, you stop making another person's behavior the whole weather of your life. You may still feel sadness, you may still feel longing, but you do not lose yourself inside it. The old way is, let me prove I am enough. The new way says, let me be present with the enoughness already in me. Proof is tiring, presence is nourishing. Proof makes you watch yourself through other people's eyes. Presence lets you return to your own body. Proof asks, do they like me? Do they want me? Did I do enough? Did I say too much? Presence asks, how do I feel? What do I need? Is this kind to my spirit? When you live from proof, your energy reaches outward like an empty hand. When you live from presence, your energy settles inward like a stone resting in warm sunlight. This presence is magnetic because it is rare. So many people are trying to be chosen that they forget to choose themselves. When you choose yourself, the whole field around you changes. You are not waiting to become worthy. You are not one lesson away from worth. You are not one glow up away from worth. You are not one healed day, one perfect body, one better job, one calmer mind, or one person's love away from being enough. You are worthy in the middle of your becoming. You are worthy while learning. You are worthy while tender. You are worthy while unsure. You are worthy even with the parts of you that still tremble. This is not something the mind always accepts quickly. The mind may ask for proof. The heart may still fear rejection, but the soul knows. The soul remembers. The soul has never measured you by who stayed or who left. It measures you by the truth that you are life expressing itself in a form that deserves care. Begin treating yourself like someone you love, not only in large ways, but in small, quiet ways. Let yourself drink water before you are empty. Let yourself rest before your body begs. Let yourself pause before answering messages that pull you into worry. Let yourself eat slowly. Let yourself breathe before saying yes. Let yourself wear what feels good on your skin. Let yourself speak with words that do not bruise your own heart. These things may look simple, but they are powerful. They tell your body, I am no longer waiting for someone else to make me feel chosen. I choose myself in the way I live. I choose myself in the way I speak. I choose myself in the way I protect my peace. This is where true magnetism begins, in the daily proof that you belong to yourself. When you treat yourself as the prize, the wrong people may feel confused. They may wonder why you no longer run when they call softly from a distance. They may wonder why your energy is no longer easy to borrow. They may wonder why your heart is no longer standing open without care. Let them wonder. You do not need to explain every shift in your soul. The right people will feel the difference in a beautiful way. They will not be offended by your peace. They will not be threatened by your self-respect. They will not need you to be desperate in order to feel powerful. They will come closer because your energy feels honest. They will meet you with care because your own care has salve. Hone them how? This is not control. This is alignment. Self-respect has a quiet pull. It does not shout. It does not chase. It does not beg to be understood. It simply stands there, calm and clear, like a strong bridge built over deep water. The bridge does not run after travelers. It does not plead for feet. It remains steady. Those who are meant to cross will cross with care. Those who are careless may pass by, and the bridge remains whole. This is the kind of energy you are learning to carry. You can be loving without being loose with yourself. You can be open without being unguarded. You can be warm without being available to every person who wants your light but not your truth. The more you honor this, the more your presence begins to speak before your words do. There is an inner throne within you, a place of quiet dignity where your soul sits when you stop letting fear rule your choices. This throne is not made of gold. It is made of peace. It is made of every moment you did not betray yourself. It is made of every gentle no. It is made of every breath you took before chasing. It is made of every time you said, I love myself too much to turn my own heart into a begging bowl. Sit there now in your mind. Feel your spine become a little taller. Feel your breath become a little slower. Feel the soft strength of belonging to yourself. This is not pride. This is home. From this place, you do not need to run after what is meant to recognize you. You allow truth to come close, and you allow confusion to pass. From this moment, you can begin sending a new message to life. Not through force, not through loud words, through the way you choose, through the way you pause, through the way you stop handing your peace to people who treat it like a small thing, through the way you look at yourself with kinder eyes, through the way you no longer make your worth depend on someone's reply. The message is simple. I value what life placed inside me. I honor my heart. I welcome love that knows how to meet me. I release what only knows how to take from me. This message moves through your energy like a clean bell. It rings without strain. It reaches places you cannot see. And life begins to answer, not always through the person you expected, but through the peace you were always meant to have. Treating yourself as the prize is really a return to your own light. It is remembering that you were not made to live bent toward people who keep moving away. You were not made to water dry ground forever. You were not made to confuse longing with destiny. You were made to stand in the center of your life with a soft heart and a clear spirit. You were made to give love from fullness, not fear. You were made to receive love that does not require you to become less. You were made to feel the calm power of knowing that your presence is a gift. And when you begin to live from that knowing, something in the world begins to turn toward you. Not because you chased, not because you forced, but because you finally stopped hiding the truth of your own worth. There comes a tender moment on the healing path when you begin to see the difference between love and overgiving. Love feels warm. Overgiving feels tired. Love has breath inside it. Overgiving often feels like holding your breath and hoping someone will finally notice how much you are doing. Many gentle hearts learned to give before they learned to receive. They learned to be easy. They learned to be helpful. They learned to smile when they were hurt and say, "It is fine," when their own heart was asking for care. And over time, giving became a way to stay safe. Giving became a way to stay close. Giving became a way to keep people from leaving. But the soul knows when giving is no longer free. The soul knows when giving has become a quiet bargain that says, if I give enough, maybe I will be chosen. Overgiving is not always born from love. Sometimes it is born from fear wearing loving clothes. It may look kind on the outside, but inside it is trembling. It says, if I do not answer quickly, they may pull away. If I do not forgive right away, they may call me difficult. If I do not understand their coldness, they may leave. If I do not keep making room, I may be alone. This is not a reason to judge yourself. It is a reason to hold yourself gently. A part of you may have learned long ago that being needed felt safer than simply being loved. A part of you may have believed that if you became useful enough, patient enough, and forgiving enough, no one would walk away. But love that stays only because you overextend yourself is not peace. It is a place where your heart keeps paying to enter. Overgiving is like pouring warm tea into a cup with a crack and wondering why your hands are always empty. You keep pouring. You keep hoping. You keep thinking. Maybe this time it will hold. Maybe this time the warmth will stay. But if the cup is cracked, the tea cannot remain, no matter how lovingly you pour. This is not because your love is weak. It is because the place receiving it is not able to hold it with care. So many tender souls blame themselves when their giving does not create closeness. They think, maybe I should give more. Maybe I should speak softer. Maybe I should wait longer. But sometimes the answer is not more giving. Sometimes the answer is seeing clearly where your love has been leaking away. Sometimes wisdom begins when you stop pouring into what cannot hold you. Your body will often tell you when you are giving from fear. It may feel tight in the chest. It may feel heavy behind the eyes. It may feel like a small pull in the stomach every time you prepare to say yes when you mean no. Your body may become tired in a way that sleep does not fix. That kind of tiredness is not always from doing too much. Sometimes it is from betraying yourself too often in small ways. Each yes that should have been a no leaves a mark. Each smile that hid as pain leaves weight. Each moment you make yourself smaller to keep the peace teaches your body that your truth is not safe. Place a hand gently on your heart now. Let your breath move slowly. Whisper inside, I can love with an open heart without abandoning myself. Kindness is beautiful when it includes you. Kindness becomes painful when it keeps asking you to disappear. You may have called it patience when you were really waiting without care. You may have called it understanding when you were really ignoring your own hurt. You may have called it loyalty when you were really afraid to let go. This happens to many who have soft hearts. They do not want to be harsh. They do not want to close. They do not want to become bitter. So they keep giving, even when giving has become a slow draining of the spirit. But you do not have to become hard to stop overgiving. You only have to become honest. You can keep your warmth and still protect your peace. You can keep your open heart and still stop placing it in hands that do not know how to hold it. The love you keep giving to keep someone close may be the very love your own heart has been waiting for. Let those words sit quietly inside you. There may be places in you that feel hungry, not because no one has ever loved you, but because you have been feeding everyone else first. You have been offering comfort while needing comfort. You have been giving attention while longing to be seen. You have been holding space while your own inner room was left dark and quiet. This is not your fault. It is a pattern, and patterns can be softened. Today, you can begin turning some of that love back toward yourself. You can ask, what have I been giving away that I need to receive from myself? The answer may come gently. Rest, respect, patience, tender words, time, a slower pace. One sign of overgiving is explaining too much to people who are not truly listening. You may find yourself using many words, hoping that if you just say it clearly enough, they will finally understand your heart. You explain why something hurt. You explain why you need care. You explain why silence feels painful. You explain why mixed signals make you tired. And still, nothing changes. After a while, explaining becomes another form of chasing. It is the mind trying to earn compassion from someone who may not be ready to give it. Dear one, your feelings do not become real only when someone agrees with them. Your hurt does not need another person's permission to matter. Sometimes the deepest self-respect is closing your mouth softly and listening to what their actions have already said. Another way overgiving appears is forgiving too quickly. Forgiveness can be healing, but rushing forgiveness can become another way to avoid your own pain. You may say it is okay before your body has had time to tell the truth. You may accept an apology that has no changed behavior behind it. You may open the door again because you want peace, but inside you are still shaking. True, forgiveness does not require you to ignore what happened. It does not ask you to hand someone the same access to your heart before trust has been rebuilt. Forgiveness can happen inside your spirit while boundaries remain in your life. You can release bitterness without returning to the same wound. You can wish someone peace without giving them the power to disturb yours again. Overgiving often grows from the hunger to be chosen. This hunger can make very little feel like a lot. A short message can feel like a feast when your heart has been starving. A small kindness can feel like proof when you have been waiting too long. A little warmth can make you forget the long cold. This does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. But when you are hungry for love, you may accept what does not truly nourish you. You may call crumbs care because your heart wants so badly to believe that something is better than nothing. Yet your soul knows the truth. Something that keeps you empty is not better than nothing. Sometimes nothing is the clean space where real love can finally arrive. Many people overgive because they fear being too much, too emotional, too sensitive, too honest, too needy, too deep. So they try to balance it by giving more and asking for less. They become the one who understands everything, the one who needs nothing, the one who keeps calm while hurting inside. But listen gently. Having needs does not make you too much. Wanting clear love does not make you hard to love. Asking for respect does not make you demanding. Your heart was not made to live on guesses. Your spirit was not made to keep shrinking so others can stay comfortable. You are not too much for the right spaces. You may only have been too alive for places that wanted you quiet. That is not a flaw in you. That is a sign to come home. Giving is free. Proving is heavy. Giving says, I offer this because love moves through me. Proving says, I offer this because I hope it will make me safe. Giving leaves warmth in the body. Proving leaves worry. Giving does not keep count, but it also does not keep bleeding. Proving keeps checking, measuring, waiting for a return. When you notice yourself giving, pause and ask, is this coming from love or fear? There is no need to scold yourself if the answer is fear. Just breathe. Awareness is already healing. You can choose again. You can say, I do not need to buy love with my energy. I do not need to earn a place in anyone's heart by losing my place in my own. I can give from fullness, and I can stop when my spirit says enough. When overgiving continues too long, resentment may begin to form. It may start small, a tight feeling when the phone rings, a dull sadness after helping again, a hidden anger when someone takes what you give but does not ask how you are. Many gentle souls feel ashamed of resentment. They think it means they are not loving enough. But resentment is not always a sign that you are unkind. Sometimes it is a sign that you're bound. Boundaries have been crossed for too long. It is your inner self saying, I am tired of being ignored by you. Instead of pushing resentment away, listen to what it is trying to teach. It may be saying, rest, step back, tell the truth. Stop offering what you do not have. Stop calling self-loss devotion. Your feelings are not enemies. They are messengers with tired hands. Balance begins in small ways. You do not have to change your whole life in one breath. You can begin by pausing before you give. You can begin by checking in with your body before you answer. You can begin by letting some messages wait until you feel steady. You can begin by saying, I need time to think. You can begin by not explaining your no in 100 different ways. You can begin by noticing who respects your slower pace and who becomes upset when you are no longer easy to use. This noticing is sacred. It shows you the truth without forcing anything. The people who honor you will make room for your balance. The people who only valued your overgiving may feel uncomfortable. Let that discomfort reveal what your overgiving once hid. There is a beautiful shift that happens when you become unavailable for what shrinks you. Not unavailable for love, not unavailable for connection, not unavailable for joy. You become unavailable for confusion, unavailable for emotional scraps, unavailable for being treated like an option while you treat someone like a treasure, unavailable for words that sound sweet but actions that feel empty. This shift does not need to be loud. You do not have to make a grand speech. You do not have to prove your strength. You simply begin to move differently. You stop stepping toward what pulls you out of peace. You stop answering every call from old pain. You stop giving your best energy to what gives you the least safety. And in that choice, your spirit begins to stand taller. Your life is like a home. Not every knock deserves an open door. Some knocks are old habits returning. Some knocks are loneliness asking you to forget what you learned. Some knocks are people who miss your energy, but not enough to respect your heart. Some knocks are memories dressed like destiny. You can hear the knock and still choose peace. You can care and still not open. You can wish someone well and still protect the rooms inside you. This is not cold, this is wise. A home without doors is not more loving. It is simply unprotected. Your heart deserves doors. Your spirit deserves windows that open to fresh air, not storms that keep flooding the floor. You are allowed to decide what enters your life now. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with wisdom. A wall says, no one can come in. A wise door says, enter with respect. Enter with honesty. Enter with care. Enter without muddying the peace I have worked so gently to build. When you see boundaries this way, they stop feeling harsh. They begin to feel like love in a clear shape. A boundary may sound like, I cannot talk about this right now. It may sound like, I need steadiness, not mixed signals. It may sound like, I care about you, but I will not continue this pattern. It may sound like silence when words would only pull you back into the same circle. Boundaries do not push away what is true. They only reveal what can meet you with honor. Chasing energy feels like leaning out of your own life. It feels like your body is present, but your spirit is somewhere else, waiting for someone else to decide the weather. When you become unavailable for what shrinks you, you stop leaning out. You come back into your own skin. You return to your day. You return to your breath. You return to the small things that make you feel like yourself. A cup of warm tea, clean sheets, a slow walk, a quiet prayer, a room that feels calm. Your energy begins to remember where it belongs. It belongs with you. It belongs in the life you are living now, not in the endless hope that someone will become who you need them to be. Sometimes people only notice your energy when you stop giving it away. They may feel the quiet where your effort used to be. They may feel the space where your quick replies used to live. They may feel the absence of your explaining, your checking, your fixing, your softening of every hard thing they did. Let them feel it. Not as punishment, not as a game. Let them feel the truth. Your energy was a gift. Your care was a gift. Your patience was a gift. And gifts are not meant to be treated like endless supplies. When you stop overgiving, some people may come closer with real respect. Some may only come closer because they miss the access, and some may fall away. Each response will show you what words could not. Silence can be sacred when it protects your peace. There is a kind of silence that is not cold at all. It is warm with self-respect. It is the silence after you have said enough. It is the silence that keeps you from begging to be understood by someone committed to misunderstanding you. It is the silence that lets your body settle. It is the silence where your soul can finally speak. Many people fear silence because they think it means love is ending. But sometimes silence means self-love is beginning. Sometimes silence is the soft cloth placed over a tired lamp so it can cool. Sometimes silence is the room where your nervous heart learns it does not have to chase every sound. You can be quiet and still be loving. You can be silent and still be whole. Becoming unavailable for what shrinks you is not about punishment. It is not about making someone suffer. It is not about pretending you do not care. It is about no longer handing your spirit to patterns that do not honor it. You can release someone with tenderness. You can step back without hate. You can choose yourself without making anyone the enemy. This matters because anger can sometimes keep you tied to what you are trying to leave. but peace creates a cleaner release. You can say within your heart, I bless you on your path, and I return to mine. I do not need to carry the lesson after I have learned it. I do not need to keep touching the hot stove to prove it burns. I can step away and let my healing begin. Old patterns may still pull at you. This does not mean you have failed. You may feel strong in the morning and tender at night. You may feel clear one day and full of longing the next. You may miss the very thing that hurt you. This is part of healing. The heart does not always release in a straight line. Sometimes it releases like a hand slowly opening after holding a rope for too long. One finger at a time, one breath at a time, one choice at a time. When the old pull comes, do not shame yourself. Place a hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Say, this is an old wave, and I do not have to follow it. I can feel it and still choose myself. That is strength. Quiet strength is still strength. When you stop chasing, space appears. At first, that space may feel empty. You may not know what to do with it. You may be tempted to fill it with checking, wondering, remembering, or reaching again. But if you let the space remain, it begins to reveal truth. You begin to see who reaches with care and who only returns when your absence affects them. You begin to see what feelings belong to love and what feelings belong to fear. You begin to see how much of your energy was tied to waiting. Space is not your enemy. Space is the clean table where truth can be placed. It gives your heart room to breathe. It gives life room to bring what is better. It gives your soul room to speak without being interrupted by longing. The people who are meant for you will not need you to become smaller so they can love you. They will not be frightened by your peace. They will not call your boundaries a problem when those boundaries are gentle and clear. They will not need you to chase them to feel valued. They will not enjoy your confusion. They will not feed on your doubt. The people who are meant for you will feel invited by your truth, not attacked by it. They will want to know the real you, not only the easy you. They will respect the doors of your life. They will not try to climb through the windows of your weakness. This is the kind of love that can stand near your self-respect without trying to tear it down. Standards are not demands. Standards are the shape of what your soul can safely receive. A standard may be kindness. A standard may be honesty. A standard may be steady effort. A standard may be calm communication. A standard may be the simple feeling that your body does not have to brace around someone. These are not too much to ask. They are not fancy. They are basic forms of care. When you lower your standards to keep someone near, your soul feels the cost. When you raise them with love, your energy becomes clear. It says, I welcome what is true and I release what cannot meet me. This clarity is deeply magnetic. It is not loud, but it can be felt. Clear energy does not chase. It draws what is aligned and releases what is not. You can choose peace without closing your heart. This is very important. Some people think the only way to stop hurting is to become hard. But hardness is not healing. Hardness is often pain wearing armor. You do not need to become cold. You do not need to stop believing in love. You do not need to shut the windows of your spirit. You only need to stop opening them during every storm. You can stay soft and become wise. You can stay loving and become clear. You can keep your heart open to life while closing access to what harms you. This is a sacred balance. It is the soft power of a person who has learned that love is not measured by how much pain they can endure. Now, let your body become quiet. Let your breath slow down. You do not have to force yourself into peace. Just allow a little more softness than before. Feel the place where you are sitting or lying down. Feel the support beneath you. Let your hands rest gently. If it feels good, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Let this touch remind your body that you are here now. You are not back in the old message. You are not inside the old waiting. You are not standing outside anyone's door. You are here in this moment with your own breath. Whisper softly within yourself, I am coming back to me. I am safe to return. My energy belongs with me now. Imagine a quiet room inside your heart. It is simple, warm, and safe. The air is soft. The light is gentle, like early morning resting on pale walls. There is nothing to prove in this room. There is no phone to check, no door to stand beside, no voice asking you to explain your worth. In this room, you do not have to be more interesting, more patient, more beautiful, more useful, or more easy to love. You can simply be. Feel the calm of that. Feel how your body responds to a place where you are not being measured. This room has always been inside you, but you may have left it many times to chase warmth from colder places. Today, you are invited back, not with shame, not with regret, with tenderness. As you sit in this inner room, begin to notice soft threads of energy extending from your body. Some may go to old conversations. Some may go to messages you keep remembering. Some may go to people who made you feel unsure. Some may go to moments when you waited too long for too little. Some may go to the future, trying to control what will happen next. Do not pull harshly. Do not fight with these threads. They are only parts of you that went looking for safety. See them with kindness. Each thread carries attention, hope, worry, and love. Each thread belongs to you. And now, with a gentle breath, you can begin calling them back. Not because you are angry, because you are ready to feel whole again. Take a slow breath in as while I'll breathe in. Imagine the first thread returning to your heart. It comes back softly, like a ribbon sliding through warm hands. Feel it arrive in your chest as a small glow. This is the energy you gave to wondering whether someone missed you. Let it come back. You do not have to wonder right now. You do not have to solve anyone's silence right now. You do not have to turn uncertainty into a home. Breathe out slowly. Let your shoulders soften. Another thread returns. This one may be from the times you checked your phone with a tight stomach. Let that energy return to your hands. Feel your palms become warmer. Your hands are no longer reaching outward. They are resting here with you. Now call back the energy from old conversations, the ones you replayed many times, the words you wished you had said, the words you wish they had said, the moments you studied, hoping to find proof that you mattered. See that energy coming back to you now. It may return as soft light. It may return as warmth along your arms. It may return as a quiet weight settling in your belly. Let it come. You do not need to keep living inside old words. You are allowed to leave the conversation where it ended. You are allowed to stop arguing in your mind with someone who is not here. You are allowed to use your breath for your own life now. Say gently, I release the old conversation. I keep the lesson. I return to peace. Call back the energy from waiting for someone to be ready, waiting for someone to change, waiting for someone to see what was always clear, waiting for a sign, an apology, a return, an answer, a choice. Feel how much of you may have been sitting in that waiting place. Maybe it looked like hope, but felt like heaviness. Maybe it looked like loyalty, but felt like loss. Now see yourself standing up inside that old waiting room. See yourself walking toward the door. There is no rush. There is no anger. You simply understand that your life is not meant to be paused forever. As you step out, your energy comes with you. It gathers around your body like a soft shawl, warm and familiar. Whisper, I am no longer waiting outside my own life. Call back the energy from trying to be enough. From the times you changed your words to avoid being misunderstood. From the times you made your needs smaller. From the times you laughed when you wanted to cry. From the times you gave more because you feared asking for more. Let that energy return now. Feel it come back to your throat so your voice can become true again. Feel it come back to your spine so you can stand with quiet dignity. Feel it come back to your face so you no longer have to wear peace while hiding pain. You were never meant to earn love by becoming less real. You were always enough beneath the effort. You are enough in your natural breath. You are enough without the performance. As more energy returns, notice the warmth in your chest. It may feel small at first, like a hand resting gently over the heart. Let it grow at its own pace. You do not need to force it. This warmth is your life returning to you. This is the glow that chasing scattered. This is the softness that worry covered. This is the quiet power that was always yours. Breathe into it. Let the chest open a little more. Let the belly release. Let the jaw unclench. If tears come, let them be gentle. Tears do not mean you are going backward. Sometimes tears are the body washing old effort from the soul. Let each breath say, I am here. I am safe. I am returning. Nothing true is lost when I come back to myself. Your energy is like folded fabric that has been left in many rooms. A piece in an old hope. A piece in a painful memory. A piece in someone else's mood. A piece in a future you tried to control. Now imagine gathering each piece with care. You do not snatch it back. You do not blame it for leaving. You lift it gently. You smooth it with warm hands. You fold it slowly and bring it close to your heart. This is self-love. Not dramatic, not loud, just a quiet gathering of what belongs to you. Feel yourself becoming less scattered. Feel your inner world becoming tidy, not perfect, but calmer. There is more room inside now, more breath, more choice, more you. Now imagine a soft light forming around your body, not to shut life out, but to remind you of what is yours. This light is calm. It has no sharp edges. It is not a wall of fear. It is a gentle field of self-respect. Inside this light, your peace matters. Your needs matter. Your timing matters. Your body is allowed to say no. Your heart is allowed to say not yet. Your spirit is allowed to say, this is not for me. Feel this light around your shoulders, your chest, your back, your hands, your feet. It is warm, steady, and kind. Say softly, my energy is clean and calm. I welcome love that honors my peace. I release what asks me to abandon myself. There is a place inside you where chasing ends. It is not a cold place. It is not a lonely place. It is a place of deep rest. In this place, you understand that what is meant for your soul will not require you to crawl toward it. You understand that love can travel toward you too. You understand that your silence does not make you forgotten. Your stillness does not make you invisible. Your peace does not make you less lovable. In fact, your peace is part of your beauty. Rest in this place for a moment. Let your body learn it. Let your heart feel that it can stop running. Whisper, I do not chase love. I become a home for love that can meet me. I honor myself and life responds. As your energy returns, your own voice becomes easier to hear. Not the voice of fear, not the voice that says, "Hurry, fix it, send another message, prove yourself again." A deeper voice, a calmer voice, a voice that may speak in simple words. Rest, wait, do not go back. Be kind to yourself. Drink water, take a walk. Let them show you who they can. Choose peace. This voice has been inside you for a long time, but it may have been covered by the noise of longing. Now the noise is softer. Now you can listen. The more you listen, the more you trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the less you need to chase outside answers. This is how inner safety grows, one quiet choice at a time. Take another slow breath. Let it move through your nose, down into your chest, and softly out again. This breath is yours. No one can give it to you, and no one can take it from you. It is life meeting you in the most simple way. Let the breath remind you that you are supported in this moment. You do not need to solve every relationship today. You do not need to decide the whole future. You do not need to understand why someone could not meet you with care. Right now, your only task is to return. Return to the body. Return to the heart. Return to the truth that your worth is not waiting in another person's hands. Say within yourself, "I call my energy back with love. I return to myself in peace." Wholeness may feel quiet at first. It may not feel like excitement. It may not feel like a rush. It may feel like calm, and calm may feel unfamiliar. Let it be unfamiliar. You are learning a new way to live. You are learning that peace is not boring. Peace is safe. You are learning that not chasing is not the same as losing. Sometimes not chasing is how you find yourself again. Feel the gentle weight of your body. Feel the breath moving without force. Feel the space around your heart. This is where your magnetism begins to rise again. Not from trying to be wanted, not from making someone miss you, not from playing a part, from being deeply present with yourself, from treating your own soul like something precious, from resting in the truth that you are the prize because you finally remember you are sacred. Treating yourself as the prize becomes real in the small moments. It is not only a thought you repeat when you feel strong. It is a way of living when old fear tries to return. It is in the pause before you answer. It is in the breath before you explain. It is in the quiet choice not to run towards someone who keeps making your heart feel unsure. This is where healing becomes practical, not loud, not dramatic, just simple, steady care for your own soul. You do not need 100 rules. You do not need to become strict with yourself. You only need a few gentle tools that bring you back to your worth when the old pattern begins calling your name. These tools are not here to make you hard. They are here to help your soft heart stay safe. The first practice is the pause before giving. Before you reply, before you help, before you explain, before you offer more of yourself, pause for a breath. Place your attention inside your body and ask, am I doing this from love or from fear? This one question can save you from many old patterns. Love feels open. Fear feels tight. Love feels clean. Fear feels like a hand closing around your chest. You may still choose to give, but now you give with awareness. You are no longer moving like someone who must earn a place. You are moving like someone who knows their energy matters. If the answer is fear, do not shame yourself. Just breathe and wait. Let the first wave pass. Many things that feel urgent are only old wounds asking for control. The second practice is asking yourself each morning, how would I treat myself today if I truly believed I was valuable? Let this question be simple. Do not turn it into a task. Let it guide one kind choice. Maybe you would drink water before reaching for your phone. Maybe you would speak to yourself with softer words. Maybe you would take more time before answering a message that makes your stomach tight. Maybe you would wear something that feels gentle on your skin. Maybe you would stop checking whether someone noticed you and begin noticing yourself. This question trains your body to receive care from you. It tells your nervous heart, I am not waiting for the world to prove my worth today. I am living from it. I am treating myself like I matter now. The third practice is the energy door. When someone brings confusion, pressure, or mixed energy into your life, ask yourself, does this belong inside my peace? Imagine your peace as a room with a clear door. You are allowed to decide what enters. A message can arrive, and you do not have to invite the feeling all the way in. A memory can knock, and you do not have to sit with it for hours. A person can want access to you, and you can take time before opening. Your peace is precious. Your attention is sacred. You can breathe and say, not everything that reaches for me is allowed to hold me. This is not rejection. This is care. This is the quiet wisdom of a soul that is no longer leaving its door wide open to every passing storm. These three practices may seem small, but small choices teach the body a new truth. Each pause says, I do not have to rush. Each kind question says, I am worthy of care. Each closed energy door says, my peace matters too. Over time, your body begins to believe you. It stops expecting you to abandon it. It stops bracing for another yes that hurts. It starts to trust that you will listen. This is how self-respect becomes natural. Not in one huge moment, but in many quiet moments where you choose not to leave yourself. Your heart learns by repetition. Your soul heals through steady love. And every time you choose peace over panic, you become more rooted in the truth that you are not here to chase. You are here to stand in your own sacred worth. There may be a tender part of you that still feels hard to choose, a part that hears all these words and quietly wonders, but what if no one comes? What if I stop chasing and they forget me? What if I become calm and no one notices? What if my silence is not powerful, but only lonely? Let that part of ye. I'll come close. Do not push it away. It is not weak. It is wounded. It may have waited a long time for love to feel safe. It may have learned that connection comes and goes, so it must work very hard to keep it. Hold this part of you with great kindness. Place your hand on your heart if you can, and let your breath become gentle. Say softly, "The fear of being forgotten is not proof that I am forgettable." A nervous heart can confuse peace with danger. When life becomes quiet, it may think something is wrong. When you stop reaching, it may feel empty. When you stop proving, it may ask, "Who am I if I am not trying to be chosen?" This is why the healing path must be tender. You cannot shout at the part of you that is afraid. You cannot force it to trust in one day. You speak to it slowly. You say, "I understand why you are scared. I understand why silence feels strange. I understand why you want to send one more message, explain one more feeling, give one more chance." But we are learning a new way now. We are not going to abandon ourselves to calm the fear. We are going to stay here, breathe here, and let love begin inside. Sometimes when you first stop chasing, nobody notices in the way you hoped. This can hurt. You may think, "See, I was right. If I do not reach out, nothing happens." But be gentle with this moment. Sometimes the first person meant to notice your return is you. You notice that your hands are not shaking as much. You notice that your morning is not built around waiting. You notice that the day has more room in it. You notice that you can feel sadness without obeying it. This is not small. This is your spirit becoming free. The goal is not to make someone panic over losing you. The goal is to stop losing yourself. And when you stop losing yourself, the right people can finally meet the real you, not the version shaped by fear. A quiet bell does not run through the streets asking to be heard. It rings from its own place, and the sound travels. Let this be how you think of your worth. You do not need to run after those who cannot hear you. You do not need to make your sound louder for people who have chosen not to listen. You ring from your own center. You live with honesty. You treat yourself with care. You let your energy become clear. Those who are meant to hear will hear. Those who are not meant for this season may keep walking. This is not a failure. This is life sorting what belongs from what does not. The bell does not become less sacred because some pass by. Its work is to ring true. Your work is to live true. if they only come closer when you are leaving yourself. They are not drawn to your soul. They are drawn to your self-neglect. Let this truth be handled gently, because it may touch an old place. Some people are drawn to the version of you who overgives, over-explains, and overweights. They like the easy access. They like the warmth without responsibility. Hay, like being held without learning how to hold you back. But that is not the magnetism your soul came here to live. You are not trying to attract people by being empty enough for them to fill the room. You are here to become so whole in your own energy that only what respects wholeness can stay near you. This is a deeper kind of drawing. It does not feed the wound. It honors the healing. There is a possibility that when you stop chasing, some people will not return. Let that truth be spoken with softness. Their absence may hurt, but it may also be protection. Sometimes life removes what your heart was too loyal to release. Sometimes what feels like rejection is really a door closing before you spend more years outside it. You may grieve. You may miss the good moments. You may remember the warmth that was there sometimes. Let yourself be human. Missing someone does not mean you should go back. Loving someone does not mean they are able to love you well. You can bless what was beautiful and still tell the truth about what was painful. You can carry the lesson without carrying the old longing like a stone in your chest. The right love does not need you to disappear to be wanted. It does not require you to keep proving you are easy. It does not make your needs feel like a burden. It does not punish you for having a tender heart. The love that is healthy for your soul will meet you with presence. It will not make you decode every silence. It will not make you feel like you are too much one day and not enough the next. It will feel steady in small ways, not perfect, not without human mistakes, but kind enough, clear enough, safe enough for your body to stop bracing. This is the kind of love you are making space for. Not a fantasy, not a chase. A real connection that can breathe, repair, listen, and grow. If you are in a very heavy season and the silence feels too deep to carry alone, please reach towards someone kind, a friend, a family member, a doctor, a counselor, a person who can sit with you and help you remember that you do not have to hold everything by yourself. There is no shame in needing support. Strong souls need hands too. Tender hearts need safe rooms too. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let another human voice remind you that you are still here, still worthy, still held by life. You do not have to explain perfectly. You can simply say, I am having a hard time and I need someone to talk to. Let yourself be met. Let care come in through a doorway you may not have expected. You are not forgotten. You are being returned to yourself. This return may not look exciting from the outside. It may look like resting more, crying a little, saying no, choosing not to check, eating something warm, taking a slow shower, sitting near a window and letting the light touch your face. But inside, something powerful is happening. You are learning that your life does not begin when someone chooses you. Your life is already happening. Your spirit is already here. Your breath is already proof that life has not left you. And each time you choose yourself in the quiet, you become less available for the old pain. You become more open to the love that can actually stay. Whisper now, I am not forgotten. I am being returned to myself. The part of you that wants to chase is not bad. It is scared. It may believe that love is always about to leave. It may believe that silence means danger. It may believe that if you do not act quickly, you will lose everything. Instead of fighting this part, sit beside it. Imagine placing a warm blanket around its shoulders. Say, I know you are trying to protect me. I know you think chasing will keep us safe. But we are safe to choose a new way. We are safe to wait before acting. We are safe to let others show who they are. We are safe to stop begging for what should be offered with care. This inner kindness matters. Healing happens faster when the frightened places inside you are loved, not blamed. True magnetism does not feel like panic. It does not feel like a game. It does not feel like pretending you do not care when you really do. True magnetism feels like being deeply at home in yourself. It feels like walking into your own life with your energy close. It feels like knowing that your love is beautiful, but it is not for every hand. It feels like giving from fullness and stepping back when something begins to drain you. It feels like speaking softly, but not betraying your truth. People may be drawn to this because it is rare. But even if nobody sees it right away, you feel it. You feel less split, less scattered, less hungry for proof. You become the safe place you once hoped another person would be. I am the prize because I finally choose myself. I am not waiting for someone else to name my worth before I believe it. I am not asking cold places to teach me warmth. I am not begging closed hands to hold what is sacred in me. I choose myself in the morning. I choose myself in the pause. I choose myself when old fear wants to run. I choose myself when loneliness tries to make crumbs look like love. I choose myself with a soft heart and a clear spirit. I do not need to become hard to become powerful. My power is in my return. My power is in my peace. My power is in the quiet truth that I belong to myself before I belong anywhere else. I no longer beg for what should be given with joy. I do not beg for respect. I do not beg for kindness. I do not beg for clear words and steady actions. I do not beg someone to see the heart that life placed inside me. I allow people to show me what they can offer, and I believe the truth of what they show. I release the habit of turning every small sign into a promise. I release the need to explain my worth to those who benefit from not seeing it. My heart is too sacred to live on little pieces of attention. I welcome care that comes freely. I welcome love that feels peaceful in my body. I welcome connection that does not make me abandon my own soul. I am allowed to stop watering places that keep me dry. I do not have to keep pouring my warmth into spaces that cannot grow tenderness. I do not have to keep giving my best energy to what leaves me empty. I can love with wisdom now. I can care without crossing my own limits. I can wish someone well without placing my heart back in the same pain. My love is not weak because I choose where it goes. My love becomes stronger when it is no longer mixed with fear. I trust the wisdom of my own body. I trust the quiet no that rises in my chest. I trust the peace that comes when I stop forcing life to bloom in soil that was never meant for me. My peace is not a small thing. It is sacred. I will not trade it for mixed signals. I will not trade it for late attention. I will not trade it for a place in someone's life that makes me feel alone. My peace is the home my soul lives in. I protect it with love. I clean it with truth. I fill it with kind thoughts, gentle breaths, and honest choices. I no longer call chaos passion. I no longer call worry devotion. I no longer call waiting love when waiting is breaking my heart. I choose the kind of love that can sit beside my peace without trying to disturb it. I choose the kind of life where my body can finally exhale. I do not chase love. I welcome love that can meet me. I welcome love that walks toward me with care. I welcome love that has room for my truth. I welcome love that does not ask me to become smaller to be held. I welcome love that feels like a calm hand on a tired shoulder. I welcome love that listens, repairs, and grows. I welcome love that does not make me perform for basic kindness. I welcome love that sees my softness as a gift, not a weakness. I welcome love that is not afraid of my self-respect. I welcome love that can stand near my light without asking me to dim it. I welcome love that feels like safety, not a test. I release the version of me that confused crumbs with care. I release the old hunger that made almost enough feel like a feast. I release the habit of dressing up disappointment and calling it hope. I release the need to turn someone's small effort into proof of great love. I am allowed to want more than little signs. I am allowed to receive steadiness. I am allowed to be chosen in ways that feel clear. I do not have to survive on maybes. I do not have to make a home in almost. I bless the part of me that accepted less because it was trying to survive. I hold that part with love, and I teach it a new truth. We are worthy of full care. I am safe to be wanted without performing. I am safe to be loved without shrinking. I am safe to be seen without pretending. I am safe to receive without earning every drop. I am safe to rest in the truth that my presence is enough. I do not need to become more exciting to be valued. I do not need to become silent to be kept. I do not need to become useful to be loved. I can be human. I can be tender. I can have needs. I can speak honestly. I can take up space with grace. The love meant for me will not require the death of my real self. It will make room for the self that is becoming more whole every day. I let my silence speak where my explaining once lived. I do not need to keep repeating my pain to someone who has already heard it. I do not need to build a long bridge toward a person who keeps refusing to take one step. I can let my quiet become a boundary. I can let my peace become the answer. I can let my absence reveal the value of my presence. This silence is not empty. It is full of self-respect. It is full of prayers I no longer speak out loud. It is full of the energy I have called back home. In this silence, I hear myself again. In this silence, life begins to whisper, "You are safe now. You are coming back." I do not have to become less to be held. I do not have to hide my depth. I do not have to lower my needs. I do not have to laugh away my sadness. I do not have to make my heart more convenient. I was not created to be a smaller version of myself so someone else could feel more comfortable. I can be soft and clear. I can be loving and honest. I can be open and protected. I can be patient and still know when something is not for me. I can be spiritual and still have standards. I can forgive and still move on. I can care and still choose distance. I can be kind without handing away the keys to my peace. The right people feel peace in my presence. They do not need me to chase them. They do not need me to prove my worth. They do not need me to bend out of shape to keep them near. They recognize the quiet truth in me because they carry truth in themselves. They meet my calm with calm. They meet my honesty with respect. They meet my love with care. I do not have to convince what is aligned. I do not have to drag what belongs. What is meant for me comes with a different feeling. It may come gently. It may come slowly. But it does not make me betray myself to receive it. I trust the people who can meet me where my soul is whole. I trust what leaves when I start honoring myself. I trust the space it makes. I trust the silence after the old noise. I trust the empty chair, the unopened door, the message that no longer comes, the habit that loses its pull. I trust that not every loss is a punishment. Some losses are cleanings. Some endings are mercy in plain clothes. Some closed doors are life saying, "Not this, not again, not at the cost of your spirit." I allow what cannot honor me to fall away. I do not chase it back. I do not call it fate just because it once felt familiar. I let life remove what my future cannot carry. I let my peace become stronger than my longing. I am not hard to love. I was only asking the wrong places to hold me. I was asking closed rooms for shelter. I was asking shallow cups for deep water. I was asking uncertain hearts for steady care. I released the story that something is wrong with me because someone could not meet me. Their limits are not my identity. Their distance is not my definition. Their confusion is not my name. I am learning to bring my love where it can be received with honor. I am learning to stop placing my heart on tables where care is not served. I am learning that being deeply loved begins with no longer agreeing to be poorly held. This truth sets me free. I return to myself and life responds. I gather my energy and my world becomes clearer. I honor my heart and my choices become kinder. I protect my peace and the right doors begin to feel easier to see. I stop chasing and my breath becomes deeper. I stop proving and my body becomes softer. I stop begging and my dignity rises. I treat myself with care and my life begins to change. Not all at once, not always in ways I planned, but slowly, gently, truth begins to move things into place. What is false becomes harder to hold. What is real becomes easier to recognize. I am not forcing my life anymore. I am aligning with the love that has been waiting for my yes. There is a soft power in choosing yourself. It does not make a loud sound, but it changes the room. It changes the way you stand. It changes the way you answer. It changes what you allow near your heart. It changes what you call love. When you treat yourself as the prize, you are not asking the world to worship you. You are asking your own soul to stop living on its knees. You are rising into a kinder agreement with life. You are saying, I will not use my precious energy to chase what cannot see me. I will not turn my heart into a place where others come only when they are lonely. I will live as if the love inside me is holy, because it is. Let them feel your calm. Let them feel the difference in you, not as a performance, not as a plan to pull anyone back. Simply let your life become honest. Let your silence be peaceful. Let your choices be clear. Let your yes mean yes and your no carry softness. Let your days become less crowded with worry. Let your body learn that it does not have to chase to be safe. Let your face rest. Let your hands unclench. Let your breath deepen. The people who are only drawn to your fear may not know what to do with your peace. That is all right. The people who are drawn to your truth will know how to come closer without taking you away from yourself. What is meant for you will not require self-loss. It may ask for growth. It may ask for honesty. It may ask for courage. But it will not ask you to disappear. It will not ask you to silence the deepest parts of yourself. It will not ask you to turn your needs into dust. Love that is true may stretch you, but it will not keep shrinking you. Life that is aligned may challenge you, but it will not keep making you betray your spirit. When something is meant for you, there is a feeling beneath it, even through difficulty, a sense of respect, a sense of truth, a sense that your soul can breathe there, a trust that feeling. Your body has wisdom. Your peace has wisdom. Your quiet knowing has wisdom too. As you rest in your own worth, the world no longer has to be chased. Love does not have to be dragged. Respect does not have to be begged for. Attention does not have to be pulled from unwilling hands. You begin to walk differently through your life, not above others, not against others, simply with yourself. Your energy is close. Your heart is soft. Your spirit is clear. You still care, but you no longer collapse. You still love, but you no longer disappear. You still hope, but you no longer hand your whole life to a maybe. This is the beautiful balance. This is where your magnetism becomes peaceful. You are no longer trying to be wanted. You are living as someone who knows they are already worthy of being met. So today, let your heart remember this. You are not the chase. You are not the question. You are not the one who must keep proving, giving, waiting, bending, and explaining until someone finally understands your worth. You are the one returning home. You are the one gathering your light. You are the one learning to stand in love without leaving yourself behind. Treat yourself as the prize, not with pride, but with reverence. Speak to yourself with care. Protect your peace. Pause before giving from fear. Open only to what honors the sacred life within you. And as you do, something quiet and beautiful begins to happen. Your energy becomes whole again. Your presence becomes calm again. Your heart becomes warm without being desperate. You become like a soft light behind a window at dusk, steady, golden, and peaceful. You do not run into the street asking to be seen. You simply glow from where you are. And what is true, what is kind, what is ready, and what is meant for your soul begins to find its way to your door.